Hello and welcome to this new tutorial on my channel. I'm Andrea and today we will be working this beautiful shawl. It's called the Filite shawl and it's the first of a collection of Tunisian crochet shawls. This is the simplest one of them and it only requires knowledge of 3 Tunisian crochet stitches, which I will demonstrate in the video instructions. This is a very beginner-friendly pattern because it uses 1 stitch for the main body of the shawl. If you want to, you can add tassels. There is no complex border, but you can add one if you want to. You can adapt this pattern to make it your own. As always with my patterns, you can choose whatever yarn you have in your stash. You don't have to choose a specific yarn. I recommend using Day-K or size 3 yarn for a fast project like this one. This one used about 600 meters of yarn or 300 grams and an 8mm hook. If you use different yarn, please make sure that you adapt the hook size to your yarn. You will always need a hook that is about 3mm bigger than the hook that is recommended for your yarn. You could use gradient yarn and you will get a very beautiful shawl as well. Or you can use just a solid color or any yarn with speckles. It should come out very nice, no matter what kind of yarn you use. You can wear the shawl wrapped around your shoulders like this, or you can tie it in the back. This shape is perfect for this kind of tying, so you can wear the shawl without having to hold on to anything. If you put tassels, they help to keep the knot in place, so you don't have to make a double knot, just a simple knot, and you are good to go. Or you can do what I usually do with this kind of shawl. You wear it as a triangle scarf. While out and about, and then when you reach your destination, you take it off your neck and put it over your shoulders to keep you warm. Now get your materials ready and let's get started. For this project you will need about 600 meters or 300 grams of Day-K weight or weight 3 yarn. This is an example, but you can use whatever you have in your stash. I will be using this yarn that has 50% acrylic and 50% wool. You want something that's made of either wool or acrylic or a mix, because that works best with Tunisian crochet. You will also need a Tunisian crochet hook with a cable. My cable is 45 centimeters long. It helps if your cable is longer, but even this one is enough for this project. You'll also need a pair of scissors, a tapestry needle, and optionally you can use a stitch marker to mark the middle stitch. We begin with a slip knot, which we put on the hook and close up. And then we chain 6 without pulling on the yarn end. Next we pick up 6 loops. So this will be the first loop. Now we have 6 loops plus the beginning one. We do the regular Tunisian crochet return, which is chain 1, and then yarn over, pull through 2 all the way to the first stitch until we have only 1 loop left on the hook. This is the first row. In the next row we will build up the shape of the shawl and we will put full stitches in each of these holes. So we make 1 full stitch, then a Tunisian simple stitch, then 1 full stitch, a Tunisian simple stitch, 1 full stitch. We are at the middle now. Then we make a knit stitch, so we go with the hook in between these 2 vertical bars. Then we have one more full stitch here, a Tunisian simple stitch, a full stitch, Tunisian simple stitch, and the last full stitch in the space. And then we make the regular last stitch here. We go with the hook behind these two vertical bars here, so we go in here, pull up a loop, and now we should have 13 loops in total on the hook. Now yarn over and pull through one, which is a chain one, and yarn over, pull through two to the beginning to return. This is the second row, and you can already see we have some shapes starting to come up here. If you want to put the marker, now is a good time. You count 5 stitches, and in the 6th stitch you can put the stitch marker. This will always be the knit stitch, and it will be the spine of the shawl. Row 3, we have to look here to make sure that we have this space, and we put a full stitch there. Then we make a Tunisian simple stitch, then another full stitch in the next space. Then we have 4 Tunisian simple stitches, as you can see here. We pick up 4 loops. Then we have 1 full stitch in the space, 1 knit stitch in the marked stitch here. So we go in between these 2 vertical bars. Then we have 1 full stitch in the space, in the next space. Then 4 Tunisian simple stitches. And then we have the increase at the end of the end of the row. So 1 full stitch in the space, 1 Tunisian simple stitch, and 1 full stitch in the next space. Then we have the last stitch, pick up a loop, chain 1, yarn over and pull through 2 all the way to the beginning of the row. Move the marker now. And this is it. We continue to work like this, having 2 full stitches in the beginning of the row, 1 full stitch on each side of the middle stitch, which is a knit stitch, and then 2 full stitches at the end of the row. And everything else is Tunisian simple stitch. This will create a beautiful rounded triangle shape. So it's not exactly a triangle, which allows the shawl to sit nicely on your shoulders. I will show you a couple more rows, and then I will show you how to bind off in pattern. We always have the first loop on the hook. Then we look at the first space here, we put a full stitch, then 1 Tunisian simple stitch, and then 1 full stitch. Then we have 7 Tunisian simple stitches, and in the next space 1 full stitch. Next is the middle stitch, which we put a knit stitch into, and next is another full stitch. Then we have 7 more simple stitches, one full stitch in the next space, 1 Tunisian simple stitch, and 1 full stitch in the next space. Then the last stitch, chain 1, yarn over, pull through 2 to the beginning to finish this row. In the beginning it will look a bit wobbly and strange, but as you work on the pattern, the sides will open up and you will start to see the simple stitches. I will show you row 5 as well. In the first space we put a full stitch, then we pick up a simple stitch, one more full stitch, then 10 Tunisian simple stitches, I forgot to move the marker, but if you move it, then you will know to work to the marker. So you don't have to count after a few rows anymore. The counting is mostly for the beginning, to get used to the idea of this pattern. So now we have one full stitch, one knit stitch in the marked stitch, and one more full stitch, then 10 Tunisian simple stitches, then we have one full stitch, one simple stitch, one full stitch, and then the last stitch. Chain 1, yarn over, pull through 2, all the way to the beginning. Move the marker, and keep on going like this. You will have all the stitch counts in the pattern, which you can get from my website. Now I will show you how to bind off. When you use up your yarn, you should leave about 5 to 10 grams if you use this kind of yarn, size 3 yarn. For a full-sized shawl you will use about 300 grams or 600 meters, so leave about 5 grams for the last row. The last row we will work in pattern, except instead of leaving the loops on the hook, we will make slip stitches. So first one is a full stitch, and instead of leaving this stitch on the hook, we slip it. Then we have a simple stitch, pick up a loop, slip it off. One more full stitch, pick up a loop, slip it off. Then in the pattern I have 13 Tunisian simple stitches, so I will make 13 of these slip stitches until I reach the stitch marker. Then before the stitch marker, one full stitch, slip it, then one knit stitch, slip it, then one more full stitch. Now we have 13 Tunisian simple stitches. Before the last stitch we have one full stitch, one Tunisian simple stitch, and then one more full stitch, and the last stitch here, and that's it. That's how you bind off. You need the binding off to finish the pattern, because otherwise you will have a funny looking last row. The binding off makes sure that you have a nice edge on the last row and that it doesn't look funny. So this is the small version of the shawl. As you work more on it, it will grow into a beautiful shape. If you got the PDF pattern, now you can follow along with the instructions to continue growing this shawl. It's very simple. Once you get the hang of it, it's very relaxing and meditative. When you finish off the shawl and finish the binding, you can add the tassels. You can add 2 or 3 tassels depending on what you like. Now that you have the basics, you should be able to continue using the instructions in the pattern that you can find in the links in the description. I want to thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to know when I publish more videos, please subscribe if you haven't already. There will be more Tunisian crochet shawls that use more complex stitches in the near future. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!